The Sun, as we know it today, is the great giant star in the center of the solar system. All the planets, including our home, Earth, revolve their orbits around it. For centuries, the Earth was actually coined to be the center of our universe, until one man had a different theory that would change the way astronomy was looked at forever.
Nicholas Copernicus was born on the 19th of February, 1473 in Thorn, Poland. His father was a wealthy merchant, and his mother also came from a wealthy merchant family. Copernicus was the youngest of 4 children. After his father's death, he was taken in by his uncle Lucas Watson-Rode, who was a bishop in the Catholic Church. Through his uncle, Copernicus was eventually appointed church official of the Catholic Church. He used the money he was making from the church to pay for his studies. Copernicus studied mathematics and astronomy at the University of Krakow, but left before getting his degree. He later studied law and medicine at the University of Bologna. While in Italy, Copernicus's interest in astronomy boomed. For some time in Italy, he was living with the principal astronomer at the university, who influenced him to question the astronomy beliefs of the day. Copernicus then returned to Poland and settled in his uncle's bishopric palace, where he studied astronomy, practiced medicine, and performed church duties. Copernicus is known today for the work he began documenting in his 30s.
Copernicus's first discovery was sometime between the years 1508 and 1514. The exact year is unknown. He started to write a small exposition called Commentariolus, or Little Commentary. Inside the writing, he created and staked his claim for the heliocentric theory. The heliocentric theory was the idea that the Sun was the center point of the solar system, and in Copernicus's theory, the universe as well. In the early 16th century, the heliocentric theory was not accepted and believed right away. At the time, near everyone believed in the geocentric model. The geocentric model had the Earth placed at the center of the universe, with the Sun and other planets revolving around it. This model was the first model of the universe proposed, which began in 380 BC by an astronomer called Exodus. The concept of the Earth being at the center of the universe stemmed from the idea that God would have placed humans at the center of the cosmos. An astronomer named Aristotle then expanded on and improved Exodus's geocentric model in the 4th century BCE. Around the year 150 CE, another astronomer, Ptolemy, created the last geocentric model, which was believed to be the final base for future astronomical discoveries. So about 1500 years later, when Copernicus's work was published in 1543, his ideas struggled to gain support and belief. Most of the controversy came from the Catholic Church, who had refused to accept a model that was not geocentric. Copernicus, also a mathematician, tried to present his idea as a mathematical model and used a formula to better calculate where the planets would be. The heliocentric model then began to gain ground and more people began to believe it. The Catholic Church was still unmoved. Famous astronomer Galileo was sentenced to house arrest by the Church in 1633, accused of heresy for supporting the heliocentric model. He stayed in house arrest until his death in 1642. This really began to start the switch of the base from the Earth at the center to the Sun. Copernicus, right in his idea to have the planets revolve around the Sun in the solar system, still had a few flaws in his model. He had the Sun at the center of the universe, which was later discovered to be false. Although Copernicus is most known for his heliocentric theory, he had several other discoveries that he made. Copernicus found that the Earth spins on its axis once a day, also that it takes a year to orbit the Sun. This is why Copernicus is known as the father of modern astronomy.
Copernicus died at the age of 70 on May 24, 1543 from a cerebral hemorrhage. He was buried at the Fromborg Cathedral in Poland, but his grave was lost for centuries. There were many attempts to locate Copernicus, but it wasn't until 2005 where a group of Polish archaeologists were able to discover his skeleton near the altar of the Holy Cross. It wasn't until right before he passed where he published his book, On the Revolution of the Heavenly Spheres. Copernicus's research was the start of a chain of discoveries that began to correctly place mapped all the space objects and their locations we know today. Without his work, who knows how long the Earth would have been known as the center of the universe?
These are our sources. Thank you so much for watching.